Hello, everybody. This is Pre-Algebra Chapter 2, Lesson 10, Math Terms, Part 1. All right, today we're going to start talking about some terminology, some words, vocabulary that can help you to understand and to break down word problems. I've noticed with a lot of math students that when they get to a word problem, they don't know how to set up the equations that will help them solve the problem because they simply aren't familiar with the vocabulary of math. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look over some of the terminology that would fit with addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. I'm going to share with you a little bit of a resource I found online. And all I did was typed into Google math terms, and this is, I think, was the fourth or fifth picture. And what this is a little chart. And it's a chart of addition words, subtraction words, multiplication, and division words. So for example, if we look at the addition, right, we might see here that let's see, the total, that's a common word for addition. Total references adding, right? So if you go to Target, right, and you buy juice, a pair of jeans, and some water, they might find the total for you at the cashier or at the checkout stand, right? And if I'm doing subtraction, if I had reduce, right, the word reduce, and if I said, oh, I weighed 430 pounds, and over 6 months, I reduced my weight by 20 pounds. Well, how much do I weigh now in total? Well, you now know that's a subtraction problem because reduce means to take away from. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going over some of these more common terms and understanding how they work in sentences so that when you come across them in your work and in word problems, you'll be able to identify them. So that's what we're going to do. So if we could start, if you are following along today in your notebook, here's what I would like you to write down first. We're going to do some addition words. We're going to do some addition words. And I'm even going to write the symbol for addition. Just so I know I'm working with addition right now. So here are some common addition words, right? The first one is add. And a simple keyword here, add, could be something like this. There were 4 dogs and my dad added 2 dogs to the kennel. And then the question I ask, how many dogs were there in all? Okay, so you might say to yourself, well, how do I identify what kind of math operation I'm doing here? Well, like I just told you, add is a keyword for addition, right? So if I look back at this question, I might say, there were 4 dogs. What I would do is I'd start drawing a picture. 4, and here are the dogs. I like to draw circles for everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs. And my dad came along and he added. Here's my key word, added. He added, so what does that sound like? It sounds like addition. 2 dogs to the kennel. Right, the kennel might be a little box. How many dogs were in there in all? So if I'm going to draw a picture for this, I might say, here's the kennel. There were 4 dogs in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my dad added 2 more. Here's the other 2. So what is a number sentence for that, or a number expression? Well, it's going to be the original 4 plus the 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. There were 6 dogs in total. I might even switch that word out. I could use the word altogether. If you're in my class, I would like you to write these keywords down so that you know that all these words are used for addition. Altogether. I could replace the word added with, or not even added, sorry, but how many dogs were there in all? I might even say, how many dogs were there altogether? And that is a word that means addition. So now that we have a basics understanding of how keywords help to understand what kind of equation we are going to create, we're going to do some word problems. We're going to have addition problems, subtraction problems, multiplication, and division. What I'd like you to do is follow along and see if you can predict what kind of math problem that we are going to have. So here's the first one. I'm going to pause the video and write it out for us. Okay, here is our first question, or our first scenario. A man named Hector makes $50 each week. He, being Hector, just received a raise of $5. Now he makes $55 each week. How can we create a number sentence or a number expression to represent these words? Well, first I'm going to try to draw a picture of what I see. What do I understand? Well, I know there's a guy and his name is Hector, so let's start with that. Here's Hector. And what do I know about Hector? Well, Hector makes $50 every week. So let's say this is Hector's $50 for week 1, okay? What else do I know? I also know that he just received a raise of $5. Ah, now this is interesting. How do I show, using numbers, that he received a raise? Well, let's see. When I picture the word raise in my head, I think of lifting, right? I think of going up. I think of getting bigger. If he's getting bigger in his money, if he's lifting up his money, increasing his money, well, doesn't that mean he's adding to it? Doesn't a raise mean he is adding? To rise, to raise? So adding is plus or addition. So I might say he starts off at $50 and then he goes up or adds how much each week? $5. There it is. So I see 50 plus $5 every week. Now, ooh, there's an important word. Now he makes $55 each week. So now means after talking, he's making this much money. So it seems like that sounds like an equals, right? He now makes. So at one point he was making $50 a week. Then he added $5 a week. So now his total is, what are we saying? $55. And here's my number sentence for that. 50 plus $5 a week is now $55 a week. And there you have it. All we had to do was picture what's going on to create this number expression using addition. Let's try another one. I'm going to pause the video again. Okay, here's our next scenario. A girl or woman named Rosa bought 3 pairs of shoes. Each pair cost $40. She paid $120, for all 3 pairs. How can I create a number equation or an expression to represent this issue? Well, first I start with what I know. And what do I know? I know there's a girl named Rosa. So I draw a picture of what I think I see. Here's Rosa. Rosa looks like she's not having a great time. Let me redraw Rosa. There we go, much better. Here's Rosa. And what do I know about Rosa? Well, she bought 3 pairs of shoes. So let's draw her 3 pairs of shoes. Again, remember, I like to just draw circles. Here's 1 pair. Here's 2 pairs. There's 3 pairs of shoes, right? And each pair costs $40. So what do I know about each pair? Each pair is 40 bucks. This first pair is 40. This second pair is 40. This third pair is 40. She paid $120 for all 3 pairs. So what are they telling me? What they're telling me is that for the total of all these 3 pairs, and how do I know it's total? Because it's the word all. All means total, right? If you go to the store and all of your food is worth $120, you know that all of it together is the total, is $120. So she paid $120 for all 3 pairs. Did she pay $120 for each and every pair? No, she paid it for the whole thing. So that sounds like an equal to me, right? 40 plus 40 plus 40 equals 120. Let's see if that's true. 40, 40, 40. If we add those together, 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus another 4 is 12. There it is, 120. So you could say 40 plus 40 plus 40 equals $120. Let me not forget my dollar sign. Is there another way we could represent this? Instead of saying 40 plus 40 plus 40, couldn't I use multiplication and say, well, how many 40s do I have? I have 1 40, 2 40s, 3 40s. So don't I have 40 3 times, or 40 times 3? And let's see if 40 times 3 is the same thing as 40 plus 40 plus 40. 40 multiplied 3 times. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Ah, there it is. I could also write it 40 times 3 is 120. Either way works. 40 plus 40 plus 40, or 43 times. Let's try one more. I'm going to pause the video for the last time. All right, for this last one, let's take a look at Wade, our delivery man. It says, Wade had 25 packages to deliver. Before lunch, he delivered 14 of these packages. He now has 11 left to deliver after lunch. Now the question is, how can I represent this in numbers? Well, again, I'm going to start off with a picture. I have Wade, and here's Wade. Interesting enough, Wade, Rosa, and Hector all look exactly the same. Different colors, though. Wade had 25 packages to deliver. So let's draw these 25 packages. 25, right? There's 1. I'm going to draw circles. That's going to be faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 20. 5 4 times is 20. And 5 times is 25. So here are his packages, right? So that takes care of this. Wade and his 25 packages. Before lunch, he delivered 14 packages. So if he delivered 14 packages, I'm thinking to myself, he got rid of them, right? He put them on the doorstep, he left, he's gone. So let's get rid of 14 packages. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So Wade got rid of 14 packages, and now he has 11 packages left to deliver after lunch. Well, let's see if that's true. Is it 11 packages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is true. We have 11 packages left. So how could I represent this with numbers? Well, let's start with what we know. We know we had 25 packages at the start. And then we got rid of 14 of them. And that left us, or is, right? That's a good word, is 11 packages. So how do I go from 25 to 11? Well, don't I just take away or remove 14? And if I'm taking away, delivering, or removing 14 packages, what does that sound like? Does that sound like addition? No, because addition sounds like getting more. Does it sound like division? No, because I didn't make equal groups. Does it sound like multiplication that I delivered and got rid of? No, because multiplication means more. It seems like it's only subtraction. Let's see. Does 25 minus 14 equals 11? Let's find out. 25 minus 14. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. And there it is. Yes, and ma'am. Yes, sir. 25 take away 14 is 11. Or 25 packages deliver 14 is 11. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So what did we do here today? What we did here today is we read word problems and we tried to break them down into number expressions. First, we started with what we knew. Then we drew pictures of what we knew just so that we could visualize what was going on. And then we put numbers to the information we had. And then we tried to look for key words like delivered, raised, each, right? So that we could figure out what operation they went with. If you go slowly enough, the answer sometimes just pops out at you. But what you really need to start getting done is the vocabulary and starting to figure out what the vocabulary and the words of math are. Well, I hope this helped you today. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.